Okay, this is a short video demonstration of currently a desktop scene, but this can be ported into a web scene. We're actually using the latest version of Unity that isn't currently being used for general planning applications. So we've got a volumetric cloud system, far more detailed and realistic looking ocean. And if I come up, you can see the aerial photography and terrain data. We've taken a section of coastline along the southwest of the island. Now we obviously have most of the buildings data for all of this. There might be a few that might be required to put in, but we've just added in a few here just to sort of show you the level of detail of the massing buildings in case you're not familiar with this. The latest version of Unity that we're using, we've also upgraded our vegetation models, so they're more detailed also. So if I come down here and we can just look at some of these, and these also respond to wind and time of year and whatnot. So just to look at some of the features, so you may not be able to see it, but in the far distance we actually have some 5 wind turbines in the distance. I'm just going to press a button here to kind of draw your attention. They're so faint, they barely take up a couple of pixels in the field of view, but they are there. I've got a turbine controller which shows me the distance to the nearest turbine, so just in case you think that doesn't work, you can see as I move away from it, the distance is actually increasing, and as I move forward, the distance is decreasing. Now we have a turbine controller which allows us to change the direction the turbines are facing. Difficult enough to sort of see them there, but what we've done is we've added a nifty thing called, and I got to kind of center up the my viewport of sort of virtual binoculars. I'm going to press letter B on my keyboard, and there I can see the there they are in the distance. So if I'm just going to change the orientation. I can't do this while binoculars mode in at the moment, so I'm just going to come back, maybe aiming due south, go back into binoculars mode, so you can see now that the turbines have changed direction. I can also even change the speed at which they rotate, so they're going at 10 meters per second. I can bump this up to much faster, 30 frames per second. It's hard to see it at that orientation, so let me just come back and move it westwards, so it should be facing us now. So you can see there they're rotating much faster than they were. So that's actually sort of equivalent to a 15 times optical zoom, 4-degree field of view through those binoculars. You're looking at time of day and weather, so obviously you can see the shadows in the foreground associated with the trees, so we can have you start to see it at sunrise with the sun behind us. There's definitely more glint. You can start to see the flicker of the turbines in the distance as the time of day sun comes around. You don't see that as obvious. We've also got seasonal change, so if I move the time of year forward, you can see as we get into October the leaves start to change colour, and eventually they actually come off. So if there's vegetation forming a visual barrier, obviously that will be less so in the winter time. We've also got different cloud states. This is overcast, and as you can see then the shadows effectively disappear, and we've got more typical nice blue Jersey sky. We've got storm, although we don't think we have attached this to the sea state yet, and just general rain. Anyway, we'll come back to our sort of cloudy state there. So yeah, even in terms of the pre-planning state that you're currently going through, you might find this advantageous. We can incorporate a facility for you to move those turbines off in the distance, and but as you can see, in fact, just to draw another thing, we haven't even factored in the fact of ocean curvature, so these will actually start to appear lower in the sea horizon. Beyond about 5 kilometers, the Earth's curvature starts to have an effect. So I know these are probably the closest turbines that you plan to have. Others will go further to the south, will be considerably further away from the Jersey coastline. But anyway, this is just a little demonstration of the data that you have at your disposal on our engine. We can also, by the way, add in a tidal effect here if you want to see it. Not that it's going to make any visual difference between high and low tide, but it can be done if required. Okay, that's it. Thank you.